unloaded objects and streaming. So you might end up in a situation when you start building with your maps in Unreal 5 and 5.1 that we have unloaded objects in our outliner. So they are grayed out. You can't see them, but they are still there. So if I'm playing, they're streamed in and they are visible. These big test cubes of mine. But as soon as I exit play, they disappear. So this is because of streaming and how the map structure works nowadays in 5.1. So this map, this is a default first-person shooter map. It has streaming enabled and the one file per actor structure enabled. So one file per actor is, if I'm opening up the system here, we can see the system, our Explorer window. We have the project, and I'm going into content, and we have two extra folders here, external actors and external objects. Those are super important for the map structure, and if they're not there, the map doesn't really function, so it will be corrupt. And there's a bundle of objects in there. So if I'm opening up actor, I can see a new structure here. So our root, and then the world, and then the level. And here I can see my map that I'm currently in. So I'm venturing into that one, and we have an abundance of files here. So lots of empty folders, but lots of folders and lots of files. And that is the one file per actor structure. So we need to address that one. And no, we don't need to address that one, but we need to be aware of that structure. So moving levels can't be just easily dragged and dropped at your own leisure. So the best practice to move levels is to actually resaving them. Save current level as and into the new directory, because then it will create new files in the external actors and external objects. So do that. And streaming. The map is prepared for streaming, but not really prepared. I'm not sure why they did this, but anyways. So if we go into the world settings of this map, and search for streaming, we have this world partition setup, enable streaming. We just need to enable the streaming. So click that box. You're about to enable streaming for the first time. The world will be set up to stream. Continue. Yes. Please refer our documentation, because there's a lot with streaming. So they have created a web page to read about streaming. We don't need to open that one up. So the map disappeared. Boom, boom, boom. It's still there, obviously, but now everything is unloaded as it should be. So how do we load it? How do we work? So we open up Windows and we choose, let's see here if I find it, World Partition and World Partition Editor. Let's open that one up. So it might end up like this, but I tend to hook it up here. So here's the world partition. It might be really zoomed out, but the level is there. So I'm zooming in so we can see all the objects. So left clicking and dragging, I'm just dragging and selecting the level here, and then I'm right clicking on it and choosing load region from selection, and there we have it. And this one is saved, so if I'm restarting the map, this selection will be preloaded. So this is so if you have a really big map, you can load in and work on a specific area without it being too taxing on the for performance on your computer. So that's it basically. So that's what you need to do. And now when we're looking at the outliner, nothing is unloaded. Everything is here. So these test cubes of mine that I did, I could just delete them. and I can continue to work and nothing will be unloaded because we're working in the correct partitions here. We're working in the loaded region, so everything will be automatically loaded for us to work with. That's it. That's what we need to do to activate when we start making new maps in Unreal 5.1 and forwards. So over and out. It was a short one, but an important one. So peace, live long and prosper.